This is the F1 podcast with Adam and Luke.
As we talk everything Formula One motor racing.
G'day and welcome to F1 Podcast, Australia's best Formula One podcast, because we are the only Aussie podcast. It's official. Sebastian Fingerboy Vettel may have picked up the full complement of points with Lewis, Douche Canoe Hamilton, and Kimi. I definitely didn't deliberately hit Lewis, Raikkonen third, but the real hero of the race was Marcus Stay-at-Home Viking Ericsson. Finally peeling himself off the sofa, dusting off the Doritos to crash out of the race and bring out the safety car with 10 laps to go. If nothing else, Marcus, you saved this race.
Best thing he's done all year.
If it's the only thing you do all year, Marcus, we tip our cap to you, my good man. And all hell broke loose after the safety car. And we had one hell of a race. Now, to get all the inside info, we need to chat to the man that spent the whole week eating Yorkshire pudding and getting as little amount of sunshine as possible, just the way the English love it. Luke, I say, old chap, top of the evening to you, good sir.
And to you, sir.
I say. By the way, love the Royal Guard beef-eating uniform you're wearing, by the way. Absolutely spectacular.
I haven't taken it off since.
It's been a good week and a half. And it is not smelling great, I'm going to be honest with you. And yes, I am wearing my Beatles Ringo Starr 1964 World Tour performance outfit. As is tradition here at F1 Podcast, we have to wear the outfit of the featured race.
It looks like you've soiled yourself.
There's a stain at the back. Is that or ice cream? It could be ice cream.
Yeah, ice cream.
Yeah.
Chocolate ice cream at the back, vanilla at the front. Is that what you're saying? Or is that a lemon sorbet at the front?
It's a whole combination of citrus and chocolate. Okay, give us the rundown, Luke. What happened at the British GP Silverstone? What a race.
It was a great race. I really enjoyed it. I don't know if there's anyone that didn't enjoy it. It got off to a great start. There was changing of positions. Sebastian got a nice little jump at the start. Got in front of Lewis, and so did Bottas. Bottas got in front of Lewis as well.
Yep.
And then going down to turn 3, it all happened.
Oh, hang on.
It all started to change. Turn 3, little right-hander. Kimi just locked up on the inside, doing a bit of a Seb Vettel move, locking up.
Mm-hmm.
But then, hit the rear right tyre of Lewis Hamilton. Spun him out.
That's convenient.
So he went from pole position in 3 corners. He was back down to 18th and fighting his way back up. The only cars behind him was one of the Williams and Sergio Perez, who had spun on his own on the exit of turn 1. He locked his rears a little bit. He got caught out behind one of the Renaults, locked his rears, spun on his own, kind of like Alonso did in the previous race.
Yep.
And then went across the track, similar to Romain Grosjean, but there was no cars behind him. But he didn't gas it up. He just went across the track because that's where he was heading. And then right in front of the 2 Williams coming out of pit lane, because that's where they were starting their race. And yeah, he was backwards, and Brendan Hartley didn't get out on track.
The unluckiest man in Formula One.
Jesus.
Still.
Goes into practice 3, puts his foot on the brake, and the front suspension just collapses, pitches him into a very, very fast accident. And then they didn't fix it for qualifying, and then they had a good 24 hours to fix the car.
Yep.
They still didn't fix it. So they obviously put it together, but then they found something afterwards and went, wait a minute, we can't put this out on the track. And they tried. I think he went out for a lap and then he came in.
He's cursed. The man is cursed.
He is. He's the cursed Kiwi. Maybe that could be a new nickname.
Well, we do throw the nicknames open again to our F1 podcast listeners. Yeah. That's a lock-in.
There was a lot
so unlucky.
There was a lot of battling on track. There was
heaps of overtaking.
Yeah, it was. It was nice to see. The Renaults went for a hard tyre where everyone seemed to be doing a 2-stopper. They were tending to go to a 1-stopper. And that's the first time we've seen the blue striped hard tyre.
Yeah.
So it was nice to see that in action.
How did it go?
2 cars.
What are your thoughts?
Well, it looks nice. The blue is a beautiful tinge of blue.
It's a nice change.
But
that's about it.
that's it.
Yeah.
Nico Hulkenberg got 7th using them. He didn't pit again, so he was quite happy. There was a lot of action when Ericsson crashed. A lot of people were having trouble with their DRS button this weekend into Copse Corner. It's a very fast right-hander, can go flat out. Mark Webber, I think 2011, did that corner flat out with DRS open. That's how good the downforce was on the Red Bull. They were pretty much the only car that could actually go through there with their DRS open.
Right.
Max Verstappen did it in, I think, quali or one of the practice sessions. He was going through Copse flat out with his DRS open. A lot of them were using their DRS down the straight, and then when they went to Copse, they would manually close it and then open it back up once they get to the exit of the corner, because it's still full throttle, so they can still use DRS. But a few drivers got caught out going into Copse Corner, either forgetting to reactivate DRS when they head into the corner. So the Haas cars in one of the practice, Grosjean binned his car in practice 1 or 2. That rode his chassis off. And then in the race, thankfully, Marcus Ericsson forgot to switch his DRS off, went straight into the wall at a nice high speed. He's fine, thankfully. But that threw a spanner in the works. That is where everyone rubbed their hands. And I thought, when I saw it, okay, Daniel's already pitted. He's, it's about 21 seconds, pit lane, pitting. I thought maybe he might jump these guys. No. He lost 2 spots, went back down to 6th. The Max Verstappen pitted and the 2 Ferraris pitted. The 2 Mercedes decided not to, so they were on an older set of tyres, where the Ferraris and the Red Bulls were, like, Daniel did pit 2 laps early, so he was technically on fresher tyres. With Mercedes, they've screwed themselves over a few times.
Again, with the same tactic.
Pit strategy. The thing is, when they were leading a championship in the previous years, they've been leading it by a mile. No cars. So the
tactics didn't really matter.
Strategy didn't matter. It's like when you pit and then you pit and then we win the race.
You're still going to be fine. You're still going to win.
That's all that happens. But now it's completely different. Now they're fighting for wins against Ferrari. They're fighting for a championship here.
But they're not taking any risks. They don't seem to be. They're keeping track position as the number one focus, not realising that fresh tyres on a track you can overtake. Like if it was somewhere like Melbourne, you could probably get away with it, or Monaco. So why wouldn't they at least split?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are like, why didn't they split one of them? With Lewis,
have Bottas on the fresh tyres. Yeah. Lewis.
I think to hedge your bets, I think that's the best way to go. If one's not
to at least cover off Vettel.
Yeah, the thing with Vettel, like if they'd pitted with Vettel, Vettel still would have been in the lead.
Yeah.
So Vettel would have came out ahead. He still would have been ahead of Lewis, because he did pit and Lewis didn't. So therefore, Sebastian would have been in the lead anyway. And for Hamilton, it was a perfect way for him to get a few bits of to get track position. But I think they should have pitted Bottas, and I think if they had hindsight, they would go, "Yep, we'd pit Bottas now." But I think a lot of races this year, if Mercedes had hindsight, they would have won some more races or done some things differently that they haven't. And I think they're really struggling with their strategy, where Red Bull, like when the virtual safety car came out.
Does the car not perform as well in dirty air, perhaps? Is that why they'd rather be in front and rather than fresh tyres behind? Is that
but like you look at, Ricciardo in China, pitted, got fresh tyres, didn't matter.
Yeah.
You've got that tyre grip to overtake, and there's a difference between your aerodynamic downforce. You still need the grip of the tyres. So I think, they were damned if they do and they're damned if they don't. If they pit Bottas, he probably would have stayed second or third behind Hamilton and just defended Raikkonen behind him. But he would have had more of a defence to anyone attacking behind him.
Yeah.
Vettel would have won the race no matter what.
Yeah.
Because he just had the faster car.
Yeah.
And he had track position after the lap 1. He stayed out ahead, kept his 5-second gap. Typical what he did to just keep that gap and then just hold it. But the battles, it was great to see.
Great battles.
But there was, Alonso battling Magnussen. These guys are clearly not going to be on each other's Christmas card list.
Yeah.
This year, Magnussen ran him wide a few times in practice, and then in the race, he decided
almost like he didn't even see him. They just cut him off.
Don't even know he's
Alonso
there.
was not happy.
Oh, no.
Not happy at all.
No. I can see a big paella pan being thrown at Magnussen's face.
Yep.
Glad he's got the halo now.
He'll need it.
And then the Sainz and Grosjean went side by side into Copse as well. A lot of people going side by side. Max Verstappen and Kimi Räikkönen went through there side by side perfectly. You know, Kimi kind of conceded, but they still went side by side. Max held it.
Yep.
And, you know, some of the good drivers can hold it. Magnussen was he didn't ping on the Winger meter. It didn't actually hit any of the numbers because he wasn't squealing.
Right.
Didn't quite get
Not
there.
quite the squeal.
But you could tell that he was like, oh, this is not my fault.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
If you didn't have a little bit of a wiggle, bit of an understeer, it was the exact same thing as Lance Stroll and Brendan Hartley in Canada.
Yep.
Lance Stroll was on the inside. He had a little bit of a wiggle. If Brendan's not there, they run wide. But the thing is, he had a drive on his outside, and that was Carlos Sainz. He had a bit of a wiggle. That's what happens. You're going to hit the guy who's right beside you.
Yep.
And that was a purely racing incident, and Carlos Sainz on the radio said the right thing. He's like, he just understeered into me.
He just kind of nailed it.
Yeah.
What did Grosjean say? What was his comment? I can't remember what he said when he ran into him.
His beautiful comment was, "He turned into me, mate."
He what into me?
He turned into me,
He turned into me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not quite exactly how it went.
No, if you watched the replay, Romain Grosjean and on,
You just drifted on over there.
You've had a little bit of a moment mid-corner. You've lost where your line is, and you've crashed into Sainz. It's a racing incident. Like you want to race, you want to be side by side, and that was a great thing about this track. Is a track that gives you multiple options.
Yeah, so much overtaking. It was a pleasure to watch from after the safety car came out. That last 10 laps was it was on.
Mandatory
it was
safety
awesome.
cars, I think.
Just bring out the safety car every time, halfway through the race, between halfway and 3/4 of the race. It spices it right up. Some more great overtaking was the little battle between Räikkönen and Verstappen was quite interesting.
It was great to watch.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was balls to the wall kind of racing.
Yeah, Verstappen did a beautiful little move on the outside.
Yeah.
And Räikkönen just had to pull out.
Yeah. Kimi ducked under him and was like, all right, move's done, well done. And then Max
came back.
Kimi ran a little bit wide in the next corner, so Max did the under-over, went around the outside and just held it all the way around. Then they went side by side through a couple of corners, and he's just like, that's good. And then Kimi got him with a nice little overtake. You know, Max pushes the envelope in terms of blocking. Yep. But it was a perfect example of good, clean racing. Yep. Where I think some of the others need to take notes. Yeah.
Well, it was like a battle of a talented driver versus a better car. Mm. Eventually, the better car won on the straights, but it was a good little.
You're not selling the 2007 world champion Kimi Räikkönen very well.
I'm afraid
you're not his manager.
I'm afraid he's not doing well.
For a man who he hasn't been on one podium. Like he's been on every podium except for one podium.
That's true, but he managed to run into Hamilton at the start of the race, and
he got a penalty. He got a 10-second penalty.
But this is another thing. Is that a fair penalty for sending someone to the back of the race?
No.
He cops a 10-second last week. Sebastian copped a 5-second for the same thing.
Same thing.
But even still, 10 seconds is not nearly enough when you've got the guy that you've run into is now starting from the back.
Jacques Villeneuve made a very good point. It's the first time he's made a good point for a good decade. And he said that if Kimi had hit Bottas, it would have been a 5-second penalty. But if he hit Hamilton, it's a 10-second penalty.
Yeah, right.
It's interesting. If Seb hits Lewis, what's going to happen? Is it going to be 10 seconds? You have to sit in the pits and make
just a racing
an
incident.
Omelette.
It's a racing incident.
No, of course, it's a racing incident. But that's what I mean. Like there seems to be
different
one
standards.
Rule for one and one rule for the other. Like, clearly, it wasn't for the lead. Like Bottas was in France. He was in a good position, and Lewis was third by that corner, and it was a move that didn't damage his car. It just hit wheel to wheel. And Pierre Gasly got a penalty after the race for a bit of a battle with Sergio Perez, which the gas man wasn't very happy with. I can understand that. Yep. He made a bit of contact, but it wasn't race ruining. It was a bit of argy-bargy. But compared to what Magnussen's been doing, Like, I can't believe Magnussen doesn't have a race ban purely on his demerit points.
Yeah.
I think they're too afraid to actually give someone a reprimand and go, right, you're sitting out for a race.
He's a crazy man behind the wheel, and he's kind of said that much. He said he was going to die behind the wheel, and he might just do that.
He's trying.
He's trying to do. He's doing his very best.
Good on him, and he's going to be a lot harder with that halo there, but he'll give it a good shot.
Give it a damn good shot, and it was good to see. It was good to see Bottas doing his very best to stage some sort of defensive move, but it doesn't matter if he's got fresh tyres or old tyres. He can't do anything. He just sits. He's just in the way.
Bottas, the sitting duck.
He is.
He tried. He blocked him, and then the next opportunity, that's like a Sebastian kind of. When you go all out to overtake someone, you use all your battery and use everything to try and get around them. Yep. And then for the next lap or two, you're going to be restoring that battery power to get that extra bit of kick to try again. It's not a matter of you go around a lap and then all your battery's back to where it needs to be.
Is he the easiest man to overtake? He'd be up there.
Yeah.
He's pretty easy. He doesn't put up much of a fight.
We could call him the parking cone or something. I don't know.
The witch's hat.
Yeah. He he just didn't block. He didn't block into that corner. And Sebastian said I needed to take him by surprise. I'm like, no. When I was watching, I'm like, why isn't he blocking? Like, he's in that area where you can look into your mirrors and go, he's quite close. Yep. This is when he kind of moved. Like, it wasn't that much. It wasn't a Daniel Ricciardo, I can't really see him in my mirrors, and then boom, he's right beside me. No. It's not a lick it and send it move. No. But it was there, and he didn't block. But it was inevitable. Yeah.
Writing was on the wall.
Yeah.
And he dropped right back to...
He let Lewis pass.
He did, and Raikkonen. He left everyone. He didn't
let Dan pass. Dan just didn't have the grunt.
No, but Dan's, about 1,000 horsepower off. That poor old Red Bull didn't it just come up short in that race?
But I'd say, and I'd agree with Christian Horner now, that Ferrari probably has the most powerful engine at the moment. Well, if you look at the teams that have Ferrari engines, the Haas and the Sauber. Yep. Sauber got double points finish in the previous race. Yep. Leclerc was sitting in 7th when he went into the pits and Terry didn't put a wheel on properly. Yes. Sauber's been so good with their pit stops. They've been nailing like a low 2-second pit stop every single race. Yep. And I think they're just pushing the envelope and they didn't quite get that rear on properly. And I think I saw our mate Terry down at Sauber. Oh boy, the man that always stuffs up every single race with a pit stop incident. Yeah, we might talk about him a little bit later on. So can we look at have you finished with let's look at the points for the race. Look at the points?
Yes, first, second, third into Dan.
First was Sebastian.
Yep.
We'll have a chat with him soon.
Oh, we will.
Fingerboy Vettel.
If we can get the Skype connection. Hope there's no delay there.
My internet's pretty crappy.
Is it? All right.
We'll use the dial-up.
Yeah, we'll use the old the modem.
So the driver's standings at the moment is Sebastian Vettel on 171 points. Lewis, the douche canoe, Hamilton, 163. And then a couple of race gap wins for, in terms of deficit, Kimi Raikkonen's on 116, Ricciardo's on 106, Bottas 104, Max 93. And then the leader of the second championship is now Nico Hülkenberg after a strong 7th place. And Kevin Magnussen got jumped also by Alonso. So Hülkenberg in 7th, Alonso in 8th, Kevin Magnussen in 9th. Good to see those two side by side, Alonso and Magnussen, two best friends.
Two good friends. Good on the track.
Yeah. Esteban Ocon's outdoing Perez. Gasly's flogging Brendan Hartley. Lance Stroll still hasn't got more
How does the battle of the teammates look? So we've got... Sebastian's clearly beating Raikkonen. Mm-hmm. Lewis is beating Valtteri. Mm-hmm. Dan's just jumped Max with Max's issue. What exactly was the issue there in that race? He just sort of flew off the track, did a spin, and then
he did a spin down at Luffield. It was funny. A lot of the commentators were like, they must have made contact. Well, Daniel was like 6/10 behind him. I don't know. I know Dan's a late breaker, but 6/10 is one hell of a gap to make contact. But Max had a brake-by-wire failure, and he just spun.
And out of the race he goes.
Out of the race with
some valuable points he missed there.
With a big failure.
And then Nico Hulkenberg is beating his teammate Carlos Sainz in Renault.
Nico's had some unreliability. In Austria, he had his, was it turbo or an engine blow up?
Yep.
At the start of the race.
He
was doing really good in that as well.
A bloody good driver. He deserves a better car.
He does. We should give him one.
Okay.
What car would you like to give him?
Bottas's car?
A Fiat 500.
I'd love to give him Bottas's car.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, he deserves it.
I'd like to see German in one of those cars.
Well, Bottas doesn't use it very well, so... No.
He's got the handbrake on. That's his problem.
That's what he's doing.
He'll get out of the car.
Oh, no. That's what he's doing. Give someone the car that knows how to use it, knows what the handbrake is.
It's got a choke. Everyone car's got a choke. Coming up on effing what? Did you know cars have a choke?
And Haas, Kevin Magnussen's smashing his teammate.
With Grosjean's only got 1 point finish.
Grosjean, he's hopeless.
Leclerc is clearly ahead of the stay-at-home Viking.
Still tipped to be in the Ferrari seat next year?
I think so.
Yep.
I think Kimi gave a little indicator in the post-race that just because everyone seems to be moaning about my results, but, I think I'm doing a pretty good job. They're saying about all the overtaking. Like, he still had a 10-second penalty, but he still managed to come back and finish third.
Right.
A lot of Hamilton's overtakes were pretty easy. No one fought him until the Red Bulls.
Yeah, and that safety car was a blessing for him.
Yeah.
That allowed him to get back. The field was bunched up. He wouldn't have been able to do that otherwise. But
no. And that's it. Like, everything else beforehand
luck.
Was very easy. No one fought him. Everyone knows there's no point me fighting him. It's inevitable he's going to overtake me. I don't want to waste my tyres. I don't want to waste my fuel. I don't want to waste anything on Lewis just going off into the distance anyway. So they all played it smart, but everyone just gave him the spot.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say it was an overtaking masterclass, but it was
witches' hats.
Pretty straightforward.
Witches' hats, and
it's a training drill.
It's a training drill.
Yeah. Yeah, and who else have we got?
Force India, Esteban Ocon is in front of his teammate Sergio.
By 1 point.
Ooh, close. That's probably the closest head-to-head battle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pierre Gasly in front of poor old hapless Hartley.
Yeah. Alonso is well ahead of Stoffel.
Yes.
Stoffel's he's underperforming in my eyes. Like I rate him about how well he won the then GP2 title. He won it quite convincingly.
You were talking him up. And Ocon.
And there was a couple of times last year where Stoffel sort of had, he outqualified him a couple of times. But this year, it's all Alonso.
Is he a chance to retain that seat? I mean, he surely has to be matching it with Alonso if he's to stay.
But, Alonso won't be there. It'll be someone else, so they're going to keep Stoffel in there.
Well, yeah, they can't get rid of both the drivers, can they?
No.
They've got to keep someone.
Or they're going to bring Raikkonen.
Raikkonen's hot.
Into Stoffel, and I think Stoffel will jump him.
Probably will make Stoffel look good. Stoffel's rubbing his lips and rubbing his hands together.
He's
rubbing his lips.
Always rubbing his lips.
Got very big, pouty lips. You weird Belgium guy. And Williams, where are they? Oh, they're down the bottom.
No surprises.
Oh, good on him. Lance Stroll's got 4 points. That is surprising. That's
he bought them.
Of course he did. Just Daddy bought those points.
Very
expensive points. Okay, so should we be handing out some awards for this race?
We should.
Okay. Well, let's hand out the highly treasured, the Green Award for the smallest carbon footprint. Lucas.
And that, my friend.
What a beautiful award it is. Hand whittled by producer Pete in the fashion of a...
Great at whittling. It's
a tree.
Is it a tree?
I think so.
We don't know.
We don't really know.
He's not that good, but we're not going to say that.
Yeah, we don't know what he whittles.
We don't want to hurt his feelings.
We haven't got the heart to tell him it looks rubbish.
Is it a leaf? Is it a stick?
Is it a leaf?
Is it just a stick he picked off of the ground and just took the bark off when I've whittled this?
Yeah. Hey guys, look what I whittled.
Great job.
Great, Pete.
Well done.
That's really nice.
Yeah. So
who picks up that award this week?
This week, the Green Award goes to Sauber with Leclerc's wheel a bit loose and Ericsson binning it and bringing out the safety car. So well done, Sauber.
Well done to you, Sauber.
They're Swiss. and they're forward thinking.
Yes.
And they're now reducing their carbon footprint. Thank you, Sauber.
And I think that might be their first
That is their first
Green Footprint Award. Well done. Welcome
done,
to the
Sauber.
team.
Yeah.
Welcome to the team.
You're in high esteem.
Yeah.
Mercedes won in the last race.
Sure did. Williams are repeat winners of that. So you're right up there with Williams, guys. Keep up the great work. Time now for the award that every driver desperately wants, the UGE Day. Said it right, didn't I?
Yep.
That's the Wasted Time Award. Who wasted everyone's time by turning up to the British Grand Prix, Lucas?
Well, it's not by his own fault. But...
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
Sorry, Hartley. But I think even you felt I wasted my time turning up this weekend. It's not, as I said, not his fault. But his car had the suspension failure.
Yep.
Had a big crash.
Yep.
And then he didn't get out to race or qualify. So that's just a lot of bad luck, but thanks for turning up.
Thanks for turning up. He's having a shithouse season, poor old Hartley.
Yeah. I just wonder what it is. There's something missing. It's not talent. The guy's quick. Mark Webber would let him qualify. That's how quick he was.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did he walk under a ladder? Did he... something with a black cat? I don't know, but he's super unlucky.
He's done something with a black cat.
He's done something unsavoury with black cats, and we don't want to know because there's some serious bad luck on his side. So that's a shame. But he's won that a few times this season, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He would have won a good handful of times.
Not his fault.
Not his fault.
But he gets it.
Not his fault, but he gets it. Yeah. Always. The Effing One Podcast Award. Making Formula One great again, Luke. That is our constant quest of Effing One Podcast to make F1 great. Who made it great this week at the GP?
So my award of the Effing One Podcast, I decided to give it to the safety car for making F1 great again.
Or was it the... I am a stay-at-home Viking.
Well,
I will make this race interesting with 10 laps to go by crashing into a wall. I'm going to stop talking now so you can talk, Luke. Thank you, Marcus Ericsson.
I'll let you keep going there, Marcus.
Okay, I will. Right.
You need to stop yelling. People's ears are bleeding. I thought about giving it to Marcus, but if they put a virtual safety car out, it's not really.
No one likes a virtual safety car.
No,
it's shit.
Yeah,
just get a real safety
like
car.
Virtual reality. No one likes virtual reality.
Likes virtual reality.
They like reality.
That's the best kind of
and
reality.
The safety car.
The real safety car.
The real safety car with a man driving a Bern Mylander. Driving the safety car.
Yep, the whole theatrics of it. When's he going to come in? We don't know.
We're
warming up our tyres now.
Should we warm up?
Should we wait?
One thing Daniel needs to fix is his restarts. I say that right now. Taking the Red Bull hat off, the Daniel Ricciardo hat off, the Australian flag off the top of my head. Daniel, you need to work on your restarts. Every time there's been a safety car restart, you have not been on their ass.
No.
You need to figure that shit out, man.
Yeah.
That's my only bugaboo. Now I'm putting all the hats back on.
Wait, before you put that hat on.
Oh, shit.
He doesn't start that well off the lights though either.
Yeah.
He's not notoriously quick off the lights.
When you look at the Ferraris looks like they have launch control. They are on fire at the moment.
So good.
So I think we should investigate that. Charlie Whiting, Liberty Media, figure that shit out. Yeah. Why are they so good off the start?
Yeah, but then if you looked at everything that Ferrari does, you'd find so many little cheats. Nobody wants to. And they're just going to come. Then they'll just leave and everyone will be upset. So we just let Ferrari do what they want to do.
Would you be upset
if they left?
If Ferrari left?
It wouldn't be the same. It wouldn't. I don't really think it'd be the same. They're institutionalized. They're the one team that can't leave. Are they really?
I see your point.
They can't.
But
they cheat and we kind of let them and no one really cares because they're Ferrari.
That's true. I'll give you that.
The Pastor Maldonado Award for Dangerous Driving, Luke. We love this award. Who was crazy out there?
Well, I think the carryover champ.
Suck My Balls?
It was Suck My Balls, Kevin Magnussen.
Suck My Balls, Kevin Magnussen.
So, old Suck My Balls Magnussen was he's cheeky.
Dangerous.
So
dangerous.
He likes to make contact with his teammate.
Yep.
He likes to make contact with Fernando Alonso, likes to run him wide. He did it in practice. He did it in the race. And, I just think he's a few pancakes short of a stack when it comes to cognitive and real thinking. He seems to be all over the shop.
Yeah.
He likes to fight and he likes to dice, but he just takes it that step too far, like past Max.
Yeah.
That's how...
Yeah.
It's just a little bit too far.
He's extreme, even for Max. He's been driving well, getting some points.
Yeah.
But he is a danger to everyone out there.
The good thing about when Haas is sort of the best of the rest is that they're 30 seconds behind the top 6 cars, so he can't. Once he's in that 7th position, he can't really impact anyone, so it's safe.
Yeah.
But he's dangerous.
He's still dangerous.
And that's why he wins the Pasta Maldonado Award for the British Grand Prix.
Well done. He deserved it. Now, the Lick It and Send It Award for the best overtaking manoeuvre. Luke, what caught your eye out there? There was plenty of overtaking.
There was a lot to choose from.
How did you narrow it down?
Well...
Give us your top 3.
Top 3.
Give us your top 3 moves and then finish with your number 1.
The first... I think Raikkonen on Verstappen, when he finally made the move on him. He made it stick.
Yes.
That was impressive.
Yep.
Max around the outside.
That's your number 2.
Kimi Raikkonen.
Retaking.
Going around it. So it wasn't necessarily the whole lick it and send it into going into a deep braking manoeuvre. It was more of I'm just going to drive around the outside of you.
Yep.
But my award, and Bottas didn't put up much of a kick, but the move to win the race was Sebastian Vettel. In the braking area, down into Luffield, a beautiful overtake, kept it tight. Bottas had nothing to say about it, and he went on to win the race in a canter.
Yep.
If you don't make that overtake, you don't win the race.
Yep.
So that's my Lick It and Send It award.
Okay,
for the
give
British
it to Sebastian for finally not crashing into someone when he's trying to do an overtaking move. Well done, Luke.
It's 2 races in a row. He's done well.
That's amazing that he's not crashing into anyone. Now, Terry is becoming quite infamous at the track. He's the mechanic that jumps from garage to garage, causing mischief, mayhem wherever he pops up. Everything that seems to go bad in the pits can be finger pointed to Terry. You were the first one to detect this. There is a chap called Terry who is employed by the Haas team, and he has, under the clever disguise of fake mustaches and toupees, managed to sneak into every garage and cause fuck-ups. So, and he's responsible for so many broken legs in Ferrari, for Haas never finishing, double drivers not finishing. Where did you spot him this week?
It was in the Sauber garage in the race.
Sauber.
Yeah, that's how Leclerc's rear left wheel wasn't on correctly.
Did he have a crafty disguise on, or was he just flamboyantly throwing it about?
No, he was dressed up in the Sauber uniform. He had obviously commandeered. I don't know how you commandeer a race suit, but he's got it, and he's put the Sauber helmet on, and then he's just sort of been onto the rear left. Oh yeah, we're really good at our pit stops. Yeah, we're good, aren't we? Oh, it's not on right.
Very Indiana Jones to the Nazi guy. Come over here, pow, punch in the face. Boom, now I've got your uniform on. Yeah. Now, so he's tied up in the corner. He's gone Indiana Jones style. Yeah. Snuck back in with the helmet down.
You never know who's under there. We know who's under there.
Terry. Cheeky Terry.
So that's where he was, down at Sauber. Paul Leclerc, but he said, we're pushing the envelope with our pit stops. We're one of the fastest pit stops in up and down the grid. So because if we made a mistake, we made a mistake, and we move on to the next race. Very mature.
Very mature.
Young Charles Leclerc.
He is, isn't he? So good to see Terry's out and about doing his usual thing.
Terry was very good. I've already gone on to F1 voted driver of the day was Lewis Hamilton. Fastest lap was Sebastian Vettel, and the fastest pit stop was Red Bull Racing, with a 2.26 pit stop for Daniel Ricciardo and a 2.29 pit stop for Max Verstappen.
That is super fast.
And Williams made it into top 3. So Williams dominated last year's pit stops, but this year they've been a bit lacking. I wonder why. Maybe they're just a bit down.
A bit flat. They can happen.
Yeah.
Need to pick yourself up, guys.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They'll get there.
They will.
Sometime.
Speaking of getting there, we're going to get this guy on the Skype line. We've got a hotline to the Ferrari garage. He's still there. He's just been soaking up the atmos, drinking some champers, loving life. And we're going to cross live to Sebastian Vettel. There's the relationship between you and Sebastian, spicy. Is that one way you describe it?
Troubling.
Troubling. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a weird relationship, but he's very kind to be able to volunteer his time and have a chat to us.
I'm taking one for the team. You're welcome.
That's probably not the best term to use when Sebastian's around. But
he's not on the line.
He would like you to give one away. He'd like you to hand out one. So shall we see if the phone line works and see if we can get him?
To be a bit of a tease. If I just shoot him down, he'll just go. Nah.
Yeah. Maybe just undo that zip just a little bit. Show a bit more the chest hair, the Luke. There we go. Bring out the bristles. Look at that. Look at the guns.
Luscious,
all right.
thick.
I don't know how he's going to concentrate. Shall we call him up? Let's call up Sebastian at the British Grand Prix in the Ferrari tent. Punch in the numbers. Hi guys. Can you see me? Yoo-hoo. Hi.
Hi, Sebastian.
Hi, Luke. You look. Oh my Jesus!
It's Luke for the Effing One podcast.
I know what you are. So what? Sorry, what's your podcast thing called again?
I just said it. I'm not going to say it
What
again
is it
because you're
called?
going to cut me
What
off.
you do is a cute little podcast. What do you say?
It's the...
I don't care. I don't give a damn. So whatever. So, by the way, you're so much cuter and funnier than the other guy you're with. Oh my God, he's such a boy.
He's not around, so yes, I agree.
Oh Jesus, thank God. Oh my God. So tell me, Lucky, have you found the girlfriend yet?
No, not yet.
No, what a shame.
Still searching.
Maybe you need to try the unten hairpiece. Just a little, maybe the merkin. Chuck a merkin on top of the...
A little merkin?
Yeah, girls love it when you do the merkin on the head. Just super uber groovy. Try something with the face, on the head.
I think I got a little bit bigger than a merkin.
Yeah, something larger, like a part of a cow.
But I'm going to...
Or a horse.
You know,
so what's your question, Luke?
Interject.
I'm very
before we
important.
run
I
out of
don't have
time.
much time. What's happening?
I don't know why you're still in Britain, but you are.
Yes,
Thanks
I'm here.
for your time.
I'm loving to party, man.
How did you find the race?
It was fucking great. Just uber groovy. I was looking good at the start, like a rocket. I was just so fast off the line. And then when the safety car came out, because of the stay-at-home Viking, he's funny. What a great guy. So then I was all over the top of Bottas. He was like a little deer in the headlight, but I was like a tiger. And he didn't even put up a fight. I saw he opened his legs and I said, this is what I'm coming. So I'm going to grab you. And I slapped that Bottas, slapped it real good. And I took the win, like, fantastic. I was really good out there.
Let's talk about your overtaking maneuver.
Yeah, sure.
When did you think, okay, you tried a lap before and a couple laps before and he blocked you? And,
Sure.
And then, tell me about the move from that point on.
Yeah, so I was sitting right. Well, I was actually quite farther back since the previous lap. I think you'll notice. So I was much closer, but this time I thought, no, I'm going to surprise him a little bit. I'm just going to creep up here. And I just came in nice and fast, kept control, didn't crash.
Didn't lock up.
Which is unusual for me.
Very unusual.
Because mostly I'm locking up and crashing.
That's 2 races in a row you haven't locked up and crashed.
I know.
You overtook Lewis and now you've overtaken Valtteri without any mistakes.
Yeah, I know.
Well done.
I don't know what's happening.
And actually, while we have you here, I want to
sure
congratulate you on getting the Lickett and Senate Award. So it's our award to you for the best overtake of the race.
What do you call this? The licking and the sending?
The Lickett and Senate Award.
What are you going to lick?
A postage stamp. No, I'm not.
What are you calling me?
We're just losing you on Skype. I'm sorry.
Look, can you hear me?
Sorry.
Look, can you? Guys, thanks. See you guys. Bye. Wow.
You like how I faked that there? I was like, no, I'm going to just say that we're losing him.
I like that. Just, you made the little noises.
I'll send him a text later saying sorry about the technical difficulties.
About the satellite hookup.
I'll send him like a post-shower pic. That'll keep him happy.
Well, that was nice. It's good to get Sebastian Vettel on the line. Just such a pleasure.
Yeah, I'm going to zip this back up again.
If you wouldn't mind just covering that up. You do bring out the best in him, though.
I do.
Luke. It's your interviewing skills and the bare chest that gets Sebastian looking real good. So that was fun. Thank you, Sebastian, for that. And we should also thank Mrs. Luke for the spread.
Thanks, Mum.
Wow.
She's good,
Look at this. Isn't she good? What is this over here? What do you call that?
That's just a scone.
Leg of scone. It's a leg of scone. That's Wellington?
Scone.
That's a beef Wellington as well.
There's more beef Wellingtons. That's left over from last week.
That's haggis.
That's haggis.
And that's an Irish stew.
That's sheep's brains.
Sheep's brains. Or as we called it.
An Irish stew.
What do they used to call it? Butter? No, they used to have some word for it to make it sound really delicious.
Margarine?
No, that's not right. Something else. Soft bread. Have you ever heard the soft bread?
No, I've never heard of that.
No, okay.
That's not it.
That's definitely no. But it does look delicious. Gee, your mum's good, Mrs. Luke.
And that's spam.
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 Wonderful spam.
So if there's any Monty Python
Mrs.
fans,
Luke,
you're welcome.
Thank you very much. What do you do with that? Do you fry it?
I have a tin of spam.
Everywhere you go.
No, I just have one. I bought one because it had the Monty Python Spamalot on the side of it from the musical, and I've never opened it.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it still good? How long does it keep?
I think spam lasts forever.
Yeah.
So if ever there's some kind of apocalypse, at least I've got some tinned.
It'll be you, the cockroaches, and a tin of spam. Just living it up. Party time.
Hey, fellas, you want some? And the cockroach is like, nah, I'll pass. Yeah, Mum's put out a great spread once again. Thanks, Mum.
She's amazing, your mum. We do love Mrs. Luke. Fantastic. Any last words before we head off, Governor, from the British Grand Prix, Gov? No, I mean.
All right, geezer. Nothing from me.
Nothing. Well, we have to say welcome to Heineken, don't we?
Yeah.
Because that's coming up next, isn't it?
It's coming up next at the Hockenheimring.
Yeah. So make sure you listen to our preview of the Hockenheim GP. That's coming up next. And you can get us for comments. Tell us what you like, what you don't like at effing1 podcast. Twitter. Luke.
Adam.
Great wrap up.
You're a beautiful man.
You are a wonderful. Give me a hug. There we go. Oh. That's nice. That's
you
awkward.
You breathed in a little bit too deep.
That was awkward. Let's rendezvous back here for Hockenheim, shall we?
Sounds good.